let's get on to Alexander Isak, because obviously the Jurgen Strand-Larsen move will obviously have an impact on the Alexander Isak deal. Just first of all, Ashley, what have you made of this whole saga that we have been talking about this whole summer pretty much?
Yeah, you just want it done and dusted now either way, don't you? It's gone way too far for him to go back now. I can't see. We all know, and we've been in positions where you want to move to a certain club and there's ways to go about it, and sometimes you have to force it a little bit. It works both ways. Sometimes the club will force you out, sometimes you have to force yourself out. He's gone very extreme with it, and I don't see how he can ever go back and play for Newcastle. So there's only one outcome in my eyes. How that happens, I'm not sure. But I don't think that we're going to see him play for Newcastle ever again. And it's been drawn out, and it's getting a little bit like, let's just get it done now, because we know something's going to happen. Is he going to sit there when the transfer window closes and not play? I don't think so. That's just we keep talking about it. It's the most drawn out transfer ever, I think.
Don't worry, Ashley. We've only got 4 days, so whatever happens, we have only got 4 days left of talking about Alexander Isak. But Andy, whilst you said you don't think the Jurgen Strand-Larsen and even the Wissa move make sense for their clubs, does this just make sense now to let Alexander Isak go to Liverpool and then all the domino effect of all the other strikers moving after? Because like Ashley says, it feels like there's no way back, especially from Isak's perspective.
Look, I feel this has been mismanaged by every party involved, to be perfectly honest. I think they could all look at it and say we could have done a bit better there. The fact is that at this moment in time, why would Liverpool want to buy him? I understand he's one of the best strikers, if not the best striker, if talking about his all-round game in the Premier League. But if I was them and I'd seen how the first couple of weeks of the season have gone with Ugo Ekitike, why am I dropping 150 million or even 120 million on Alex Isak? I'm not, because I'm thinking to complement what they've already got, I probably need a wide forward who is happy to start from the bench, someone who can contribute goals, someone who can give them punch off the bench. I'm not looking for Alex Isak, to be perfectly honest. And I think that the difficulty is here, the way that he's handled this, is that, look, even if we imagine that everything he's said is true and the club have broken promises and all the rest of it, the only people he's really hurt here is the people he's not aiming to hurt. He's hurt himself and he's hurt the fans. Because say if he does get this move to Liverpool, when's he going to be properly fit by? October? He's not trained with the team since the middle of July. He's not ready.
When you look at the Liverpool situation, I think it is clear they definitely need an attacker of some sorts. And like Andy says, if they do get Isak, what does that mean for Hugo Ekitike? Does it mean he moves out onto the left? And we've seen the impact he's had starting through the middle for Liverpool so far this season.
I think the plan was obviously Isak to start and then Ekitike to come off the bench. But he's looked so good at the start that I'm with you on it. I'm starting to think, obviously, you're never going to turn down a world-class player, which Isak definitely is. But do you want to pay so much for someone at this point in time when you started the season so well?
So say if you had the option now, maybe I'm asking the wrong person here because I'm asking a centre-back, but say if I have a pot of money, if I'm Liverpool, it's like you can go and buy Gay or you can buy Isak.
They need. I think that's what the start of the season has shown. Probably Liverpool fans and Arne Slot is actually we need something at the back more than we need going forward.
I mean, maybe they'll get both. Maybe come Monday evening they will get both Mark Gahey and Alexander Isak.
Liverpool are now preparing to launch a significantly improved bid for Alexander Isak, as the club pushes to complete what would be one of the biggest transfers in Premier League history. After Newcastle rejected the Reds' initial proposal of around £110 million including add-ons, Liverpool are reportedly putting together a new offer that could rise to £130 million or more, with the aim of forcing a breakthrough in negotiations. The Anfield club has not backed down in their pursuit of the Swedish international and are said to be confident that an agreement is within reach, especially as tensions continue to rise between Isak and Newcastle's hierarchy. According to The Times, and this is Anfield, Isak has grown increasingly frustrated with the club's refusal to honour what he sees as verbal promises made last season about allowing him to leave for a Champions League level side if a top offer arrived. In a major development, Isak has now reportedly been cleared to travel to Liverpool for medical checks, an indication that both clubs are inching closer to finalising the deal. While Newcastle have not made any public statement on the matter, internal reports suggest they are preparing for his departure after green light to secure a viable replacement, such as Wolves striker Jurgen Strand-Larsen, whose name has come up repeatedly in recent talks. Despite the Magpies' public insistence that Isak is not for sale, sources close to the situation claim the club is now privately resigned to losing their star forward if Liverpool meet the valuation. The player himself has reportedly declined to train or participate in Newcastle's recent fixtures, making his desire to leave clear. Liverpool manager Arne Slot sees Isak as the final piece in his attacking rebuild, and the club has been aggressively generating funds through player sales, including the recent departures of Darwin Núñez, Ben Doak, and academy graduate Tyler Morton, to finance this blockbuster move. Slot wants a dynamic, mobile number 9 to spearhead his new-look front line, and Isak, known for his intelligence, movement, and finishing, ticks every box. Behind the scenes, Liverpool's recruitment team has been in constant dialogue with Isak's representatives, and personal terms have already been discussed and broadly agreed. Should the improved offer be accepted in the coming days, Isak would undergo his medical in Liverpool and be unveiled before the end of the transfer window. Mark Guéhi is now on the verge of becoming a Liverpool player, with reports confirming that the Crystal Palace centre-back has already agreed personal terms and quietly signed a contract with the Reds behind the scenes. The 24-year-old has long been on Liverpool's radar as a priority defensive target, and it now appears that after weeks of negotiations, the deal is nearing completion. Guéhi is expected to arrive in Liverpool in the coming days to undergo his medical and finalise the formalities, with sources close to both clubs indicating that the transfer fee is in its final stages of agreement. While Crystal Palace were initially reluctant to sell their captain, the defender's contract situation, reportedly entering its final year, has significantly weakened their position, allowing Liverpool to press forward confidently with a structured offer. Liverpool manager Arne Slot has identified the need to reinforce the heart of his defence following the departure of Joel Matip and persistent injury issues among existing centre-backs. Guéhi's profile, composed on the ball, tactically disciplined, and Premier League proven, perfectly aligns with the Dutchman's style of play, which emphasizes intelligent build-up from the back and positional fluidity. Behind the scenes, Guéhi is said to have made it clear that Liverpool is his preferred destination, despite interest from Arsenal, Manchester United, and Manchester City. The player reportedly turned down more lucrative offers to join the Reds, drawn by the promise of Champions League football and the opportunity to work under Slot in a system that plays to his strengths. According to 442 and Team Talk, contract terms have been quietly finalized, and Guéhi has already been preparing for the transition, including housing arrangements and discussions about squad integration. The Reds are expected to pay a fee in the region of £30 to £40 million, though performance-related bonuses may be included. With Guéhi's arrival, Liverpool not only solidify their backline but also take a significant step toward completing a bold summer rebuild, which has already seen aggressive moves for players like Alexander Isak and Milos Kerkez. As the transfer window draws to a close, Liverpool's recruitment drive is picking up momentum, and Guéhi's medical and official unveiling are expected to follow swiftly. The defender's signing signals both a long-term investment in defensive stability and a clear statement of intent from the Slot era, a Liverpool team built to compete at the very top.